could actually read the script. But very clever writer. I don't know if we're going to make this, but we'll have a go. So yeah, you can see these trees here. I wouldn't want to chop them down and log them, but I might want to chop them down and get rid of them so I could create a pathway up the side of the field here, so I wouldn't have to drive on the crop. But if I'm just going to turn that entire area at the top into extended cropland, then I'll probably leave a couple of smaller trees along there. I think I read the first few Discworld books. I got into... Oh, good grief. Let them all settle down. I did get into the David Eddings series, and he was writing that when I was at college. And a lot of my college friends were all going on about how wonderful the stories were. And then griping about how, oh, it's going to be another year before the next book comes out. Because it was a 5-book series and he released one per year, so they got really frustrated waiting for the next book to come out. So I didn't bother reading those series until after I'd left college. And I think 2 of them I bought the box set, and one of them, kind of like The Lord of the Rings, was all 3 books in one. So I did end up buying them all and reading them all, and they're kind of amusing. Okay, well, it seems the logs have settled down and the trailer's not so dancey. Since it's February, I did sell the tomatoes and the bread, which is why we have, well, we kind of have a little bit more money, but then we have the leasing costs and everything else, so it's not... I think the bread is just about covering the monthly leasing costs, which is fine. It does mean if we don't do anything and just sell the bread, we're not out of pocket month on month. I've also downloaded, there was another early mod drop today, and they had a Krone mower set which has a much lower power requirement. Does it have a much lower? No, it might not have a much lower power requirement. Sorry, I'm thinking this John Deere is going to be my mowing tractor, and at 388 horsepower it can pretty much operate any piece of mowing equipment in the game. So yeah, I think it was 200 horsepower for the back and 60 for the front, which is a bit over what our Deutz can do. But it might be a lower horsepower requirement than the Class or the other set that I can't remember. Oh, the Kubota, I think, gets you. Let's have a look at those mowers. So the Class is 70, 160, so total of 230. This is 90, 200, 290. Yeah, so that's way too high. And then this one's 82, 200, so 282 on the Kubota. And the Vicon is 82 and 240, so 322 for that set. These two sets are identical. These are orange, these are red. But, anyway. Oh, $907 leasing cost. I'm guessing we've had the trailer for an hour. or used the trailer for an hour. Doesn't surprise me. We've been down here. This is our 7th trip down to the sawmill. Oh, there are some logging trucks, but I think the problem I'm finding with the logging trucks, they all have the articulated grab, which, as I've said, I haven't figured out how to work them quite so well. Okay, let's press that button, and 6,600, nice. I'm not sure how many more trips we've got to make from that field. What I might do is I'll run around with the chainsaw and grind all the stumps with it. And then I'm guessing we can step through the end of February. Oh, we probably have some milk to deliver today. I am going to lease the other tanker just for one trip. If it works out, we will get rid of the current tanker lease. If it doesn't work out, then I might as well stick with the current one because we got some time on it. So it's dropping in value. I don't know. We'll play. We'll see. The main thing here is I need 25,000 litres of milk to make it worth my while running down to the dairy. And there's also the question of should I buy the dairy or just carry on using it as a delivery point? I am guessing that if I'm not careful, the amount of milk we're producing is going to seriously outstrip the dairy's processing capabilities. But I'm not 100% sure, but it would appear that though the holding limit of the dairy might actually be there regardless of whether I own it or not. I have had problems selling stuff at the BGA because we're too far. Yeah, we've sold too much of something at the BGA. Probably need to move this over here, out of the way of the trees. That should be good. Okay, let's do these. Not. Huh. Might have to go and get myself a thing. These are not destroying, are they? Not getting the little red thing. Okay. Is there a button? Okay. I guess I am going to need a stump grinder. That's fine. What's sales today? We have a Kubota front loader. We got what are they? Excuse me. We've got JCB Tele trucks at most of our loading facilities at the moment, so I don't need a front loader. That's eking huge and absolutely no use for us. And a quad track, which again, totally huge and no use for us. Not a big fan of the quad tracks. I don't like bendy tractors. I prefer my tractors to be rigid. Four-wheel steer's fine, but oh, where are you going? Seriously? You should have fell over that way. Much better. But yeah, and part of it was something. Oh, was it Virtual Farmer was saying the other day? Why are you all falling over on me? Dude. I'm guessing that's a car driving by. Drop that on the ground before it starts swinging out of the way. Yeah, what was he? He was doing the motorized baler. Which do I not have selected on this? But I've got to have. It's in the Vermeer pack. Baler's there. This thing. And if you turn the wheel and try to drive, it really doesn't play ball. You have to drive off straight and then turn. Apparently modification since we got the Platinum Edition, you can now turn the wheel and skid steers will revolve in place, which is what they're supposed to do. So you can actually turn a skid steer without driving anywhere, which is a nice deal. Let's climb on the trunk because health and safety thinks that's a plan. And then this is the problem here, is the tree trunks are too close together, so it just doesn't play ball. Did we get most of that? We got most of that. Yeah. The way to do it is just snap the trunk very, very briefly. It will remove the bits that you don't want. Sometimes. There. Never find it very easy to do it from the wrong end. Alright, let's get these chunked into approximately 6 metre lengths. 394. 400. 406 and kill that one. Okay, 392, 398. Ooh. 404. 410. And 416, that's close enough. Of course, there is also, I think the Easy Development Tools has a get rid of all the stumps set selection as well. This is going to be a 6 meter diagonal cut, because why not? And I don't know. How big is that? That is... there it is. That's 9.7 meters, so I do want that a little bit shorter. 407, 413. Okay, gonna pick this bit up and somewhere, and 6 meter top end. They do weigh low enough that you can pick them up by hand. You can tell that I'm not cheating, because if the hand is grey, I don't have super strength on. If it's white, I do. Okay, turn that off. So there is a make stumps disappear. Debug information. Flight mode, hard, delete, objects, input. Teleport vehicles, oh, that's fun. Set quality, show collectibles. Oh, that's handy to know. If you want to cheat. Remove log. No, remove stumps. There we go. So in theory, if I do that, I should probably save. $77 stumps, that actually sounds about right. Yeah, okay. A little bit cheaty, but hey, it stops us getting hung up on stuff, I guess. Slight tip to the ground. Didn't work. There. Oh. Does help if all the wheels are on the ground. Let's try all that again, and as I said, probably should come from up from the bottom of the field rather than try and get them from this end. So yeah, I think I might restart my Silver and Forest playthrough, since I only started it yesterday. And probably go for this type of setup, tractor with a front loader, rather than try and pick things up with a loader crane or a logging crane or skid steer, because I'm really having a lot of grief with those tools. And given its geographic location, it's, well, that didn't work. Gives me the opportunity to use some American equipment, at least in the truck. Arena. Because obviously most of the trucks we're going to be using are European style with cab over style bodies. Unless we go back to the 1950s where that was actually... this is making me annoyed. Well, as I said, maybe I should do this from the bottom. Considering the mess I've made of this. I could also move the trailer into the area where there are no stumps. There we go. Success. Oh, well, sort of success. Unfortunately, that tree is a little bit too long, and we have a wedge. Bang. Okay, so I want this one. I didn't realise I hadn't cut this one yet. We want to go 394, 400. And 406. And bam. So that one, not pick up a ball. I do remember chopping down about 400 trees. We used a truck with logging arms or logging poles on the back of it, and I was using a tractor, Valtra S, I think, the one that's still in the game. T. Because they didn't give us the Valtra S this time. There's also a Valtra F on the Valtra homepage, which is an orchard tractor. And with the Valtra release, I'm a little bit surprised that Giants, you know, they gave us, we already had the G, but they gave us the A, the N, the S and the Q. I'm surprised they didn't give us the F, it being an orchard tractor, and the fact that, well, yeah, part of the big new for Farm Sim 22 was olives and the other things, grapes. Although we did get the Antonio Carrera pack, which contained dozens of, or a few small orchard tractors. Is that another one? Yep. Zap. eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's gonna try and grab this one first. That's what happens when you dig the forks into the ground a little bit too much. It does get a little bit glitchy. Make sure they're at full height. That was the thing with the Valtra, is I could not do this. I had to put the loader arms between the spikes. Oh, darn you. Not good. Oh, I see. Let's do it from the side. Reverse it out. Oop. This is not going to be easy. I kind of want to try and avoid using super strength, but it looks like that's not going to be an option, because I already have this one loaded the wrong way as well. So there we go, and I'm just going to get a couple of guys over and we'll just pick this up. There it is. Because otherwise, potentially, I'm going to be doing that for about 10 minutes, trying to get that one log loaded. That looks like another wedge. Damn. Okay. Scoop under both and lift. Close the jaws.